I was not opposed to homeschooling, right? Like as a mother, I think that like when it comes to parenting, do what you want with what you will and how you can do what you do. But we're not going to sit here and act like a lot of people who are homeschooling or this alternative. I mean, we're at the point now where you may not even have a choice. But I'm just concerned about the people who aren't going to be teaching their kids anything. Like, what is the trajectory for these kids? You know what I mean? Like, okay, they're going to be at home. What are you going to be teaching them? And then what does their future look like? And obviously this is more unconventional. And I think I more so come from like a conventional kind of like stance. So, sometimes when we do new things, we have fear, right? And we have concern and things like that. So like, don't take anything I'm saying as Bible, but I do have my concerns because I don't feel like there are a lot of people who are doing homeschool who are really taking the time to like really educate their kids. And the basis for a lot of people in their desire to homeschool is just really underlying is that education is not important, right? Like, and I'm not saying you have to be a genius. I'm not saying that, but I mean, I just think when you think about education, like as a whole, that's pretty big. It's something that really concerns me about a lot of people today is I don't understand how people who have gone through the educational system, who have been fully vaccinated, like, why is it all of a sudden there's this sudden and drastic change of events, right? Like, would I say that I took the Pythagorean theorem with me, or I took certain things that I learned with me from school? No, but it was so much more than just an education. Granted, I went to public school, so I had a completely different experience, but there were schools out there that I had also went through that were a little bit ahead of the curve, right? So Catholic school, was it a Catholic school? It might have been a Catholic school, but anyway, I remember it was ahead of the curve. So I remember being a sixth grader learning on a seventh grade level. So I'm saying that to say those type of schools do exist, and it's not necessarily a private school. So did I take everything with me? No. But here's something that I feel like we missed, right? Like being in school kind of taught you professionalism, right? How to show up in professional spaces. Now kids show up and they don't know how to conduct themselves in professional settings. And so I just don't really know what the alternative is. Like I said, I'm so here for new. I understand, the world is rapidly changing. Nobody wants to hear about all the old things and the way things used to be because they're changing, and that's fine. That's fair. We have to accept that. But what I'm not understanding is this radical shift for a lot of people who are jumping on a wave that they don't even know where it's going, right? Like, is it going to crash? We don't know, So that's my concern. And I hope I'm making sense.